Aloha, Susanna Kunkel here again with Friday's News Flash. This week I want to cover about 5 stories real briefly. I'll put the links in my blog so you can take a look at them in more depth. National Association of Realtors this week released a news that June completed the 3rd straight month that the number of home resales in the nation rose. Nothing to, we don't have a brass band playing or anything like that, but the numbers are small, but there has been a consistent upturn in the number of sales nationwide. The median values are still lower than they were last year. It's just a beginning of a turn in the tide that fits with what Paul Brubaker, chief economist of Bank of Hawaii, had predicted would be the turn in the market. Gosh, it's been over a year ago. He gave a presentation, and I have a copy of it. You can email me. I'll send it to you. And he shows a chart of what happens when the market turns. He said it's not a V. He described it more like a U, like your market comes down, it bounces along the bottom, which has been my feeling that we've been bouncing along the bottom, with minor fluctuations up and down 10% and so on. He said then you'll start to see an increase in number of sales, and that increase in number of sales then will drive a gradual increase in valuation. And he said this is what happened after Hurricane Iniki, this is what happened after 9/11, and various other catastrophes that we've been through locally. We've really weathered through some things, but and so, possibly we start to see how that works in the Kauai market. Nationally, it seems like we're on the upturn of that year. It's interesting as the news for the economy remains to be remains, I won't say bleak, but our unemployment is high, consumer confidence is low. However, the housing seems to be making a shift. In the midst of that bad news, we're on an increase in number of sales. So how those two fit together, send me your comments because I'd love your feedback. To be confusing. When the National Association of Realtors chief economist Lawrence Yen talks about our possible recovery, he says the inventories would have to be at a 7-month supply to get price stabilization. And he suggests that prices could stabilize around the end of the year. Now, price stabilization, this refers to something that sometimes is called saturation, like how saturated the market is, meaning with the number of properties on the market today, based on the rate of sales, how long would it take to sell those off? So this could be wrong. You can send me your feedback on the numbers, but here's the raw data. Tell me how you crunch it. From our MLS, just looking at residences, because that's a little more straightforward than factoring in land and condos. Currently, there are 624 active residential listings on Kauai. Counting the number of sales from the 1st of January to the 1st of July, so that's 6 full months, there's 104 sales in that 6-month period, so that equals 17.3 per month. Now, factoring a saturation rate, as I understand it, would be you take the 624 active listings, divide it by 17.3 per month to see how many months of inventory we have currently on the market today. And that comes to 36 months. Now, Lawrence Yen is saying we need 7 months of inventory. So on Kauai, if we had no new listings at all, just taking what's on the MLS today, selling those off at the current rate so far for 2009, it would take us 3 years to sell those properties. So obviously we're still saturated with listings. Many of them are priced inappropriately. This is why, don't feel bad, this is why it's so hard for you when you're looking at properties to sort things out on the MLS, because we are saturated with listings and it's hard to see. One of the things I love about the Hawaii Life website at hawaiilife.com is our galleries. And so we have taken the time to sort some properties to make them easy to see. I set up customized searches for you. I will keep you up to date with my blog. So there's ways we can work through that, because basically we have to sort through all these 600-some listings to find the ones that are appropriate for you, and we can do that. But that's why you need a good buyer's agent. So those are my news flashes for today. Mixed news. More houses are selling. The economy is still terrible. Kauai has too many listings. You can put it together, and please give me your comments and let me know what you think. Okay? I'll catch up with you next Friday. Aloha.